Hi. Yeah, I've got my new hair. Thank you. Yeah, my new hair. One of my extensions came out earlier. Look. That fell out. Yeah, I'm on a different it's time to have a little listen. I'm trialing out my new microphone. I have got this is my AT2020. Usually I've got that in front of me, but it gets in the way of my keyboard. So I bought a shotgun mic, not only for this, but also for my podcasts that I'm going to be doing. So a shotgun mic can kind of like be out the shot a little bit. And it's great because I've got my keyboard in front of me now and I don't need to like try and like get around it. And it's another Audio Technica. Which one is it? No. It is why aren't you telling me what? Oh, the 80, so Audio Technica 875R. So it's a shotgun mic. And I don't think I've got any processing on it. All I've put on it at the moment is a limiter. So I've not had to do any other, like adding any compression or EQ to it. This is like straight out of the box. And I think it sounds quite good. I've already tested it and I thought it sounded quite good just out of the box. But I might have a little tinker with it. No, not that kind of shotgun. Silly. Aren't you silly? Silly people. Yeah, I've got a gamer keyboard. It's because we've got the macros on the side here. Not that I've assigned them to anything, mind you. I keep saying I'm going to, but I've got a Stream Deck. So my Stream Deck kind of acts like macros. But yeah, welcome in everybody. I'm really, really sorry that I've been away or been sporadic with the streams. Obviously, a lot of you will know that I have been very poorly. I had my kidney operation about 6 weeks ago now. I was fine before I had the kidney operation, but obviously I needed to have the kidney operation. And then I spent like the first 2 weeks was quite horrific. And I had a lot of antibiotics, a lot of medication. And then I stopped taking the medication after about 2 days because it was zonking me out. But long story short, I had my kidney stent taken out a week and a bit ago now, I think, or about a week ago. And it made me very poorly. I had a kidney infection. I'm now on my 3rd round of antibiotics. I am feeling it's a Corsair. It's a Corsair, not a Logitech. It's very dusty. I'm feeling a lot better now, but I did this last time and then I went straight back downhill again. I tried to take on too much too quickly and it fucked me up. Not only that, I've had to completely rearrange my entire working day because now my children have decided to be little twats and not be responsible to get on a bus to and from school. So that privilege has been taken away from them now. So my day starts at 6 a.m. So I have to get up and actually take them to and from school again now like they were 5. So yeah, and obviously I work all day, every day. I don't have any days off. I don't have any days off anymore. I used to try and have Wednesdays as a kind of a day off. Forget about it. It's never going to happen. Not when you're self-employed and you've got children. But thank you for allowing me to have a few days off, because I've had to just try and just relax a little bit and play Genshin Impact, which has been a lot of fun. So yeah, so we've got a short and sweet show tonight. We've got Roxy, who I've seen in the chat. We've got DJ Kambel. We've got Sean. We've got Samji. We've got InaPhect, and we've got Digital Industries. Hi, Beanbag. Okay, let's just. That's a great question, and it's a question that I think a few people in the chat might be able to answer you, and I'll be able to answer you because I use both. I use Ableton. I use FL Studio. I am quite biased towards FL Studio because I started on that way before Ableton was even born. So it all depends on you. And I don't think that you should even think about choosing. I think you should try both of them. The great thing about ImageLine is ImageLine is the company that make FL Studio. ImageLine give you free updates for life. And they also allow you to download everything and try it out. The only thing is you can't save what you've made. So you said, I like FL, but everyone keeps saying get Ableton. I bet you the people who are saying to you to get Ableton haven't tried, or they don't use, they might have tried FL, but I don't think they use it. So you want to really get opinions from people who use both, or even more of them. So everyone says Ableton because Ableton's great. Ableton will get the job done. Ableton has a lot of resources online. There's a lot of tutorials based around Ableton. And also it's kind of like, we're in the Ableton club. It's like some people are into like Vauxhall insignias. I've got a Vauxhall insignia, but that's just because it was good miles to the gallon. But they've got clubs from Vauxhall insignias. And then you've got the whole human bias thing where people have literally convinced themselves. You know what it's like when people are talking about Apple products versus Android. And it doesn't matter if you know that Apple products are shit and Android is a lot more better value for money. It doesn't even matter if that's true at this point, because iPhone users don't care. And I respect that. I understand that. It's fine because they're used to it. And in the same way that you will be used to using either Ableton or FL Studios. Yeah, iPhone users are in a cult. We said it. And do you know how I know this? I've had iPhones. I've got a Mac, but I use my PC for everything now. I even fixed my Mac when it broke. I took it apart and fixed it. But you can't do that anymore. Like mine was a pre-2013 13.5-inch MacBook Pro, still with the CD caddy, and it needed a new charging port, and I had to take out like 8 other things, and I watched a YouTube tutorial and I put it all back together again. It was great. It was great, but they don't make them like that anymore. That's why going into PC and Apple products. PC is great because I've built my own computer. If I need a better graphics card, I'll just get a better graphics card. I can't actually do that this time because if I want to get anything over my 2070, I'm going to have to get a whole new motherboard. But that's not the point. The point is I can do that if I want to. So, yeah. But yeah, my answer to that is please try both. Please try both. But if you do have a lot of friends that use Ableton, it might be really good for you to use Ableton because you'll be able to much more easily do projects together. Although it's not impossible to do projects, and it's probably going to get easier in time to do projects across, like cross-platform, like games kind of thing. But yeah, good question and welcome in. Hello to A Rocket Pop. How you doing, mate? I'm just going to find... Where's my channel? There we are. Okay, that's my channel. Okay, right. First song is Roxy Bounce. And this is Yellow. I remember hearing this. So Roxy Bounce came to my studio and did a set for me. She did a 3-hour set. She did an hour of her own productions. And then she did an hour of other people's demos, which was really cool. And then you did like a what's the word? Tribute, didn't you, for DJ Psy, I think it was. Quash Records. There we go. Let's gook. Oh my gosh. What does gook mean? That's come up as a rude word. What am I saying when I say that? What does gook mean? No! It's a derogatory term for an Asian. What? I'm so sorry. I didn't mean that at all. I did not know that that's what it was. Even... Am I going to get cancelled now? Even Thingy didn't know what it was. Google didn't know what it was. Is that a new one? What's going on there? Yeah. Oh dear. Being racist and it's only Tuesday. Jesus Christ. Okay, so as I was saying, Roxy Bounce came to my studio and she played me all these amazing songs, and this is one of her productions that she's done with X-Cyte. Okay, and it's called Yellow. Here we go.
You
Yeah, I really like this. Yeah, I mean, I did get to hear quite a few of the tracks that you've made with X-Cyte. And I've just been told by Ken Jones in the chat that X-Cyte is part of Team Brisk, which I'm a part of on Twitch, which I didn't know. It's such a small world. Such a small world. Great. It's a great track. I love the drums. I really like the drums. Really punchy. Slightly over compressed in a good way, in a way that is like very stylistic of hardcore needs to be. Very quick transients. It excited me, which is funny because their name is X-Cyte. And yeah, I really liked it, Roxy. And this singer, so this has been re-sung, obviously, and it's someone that you know. It's someone that you've, like a session singer that you use. It's someone you use regularly. I mean, that's not an easy song to sing. I mean, I could sing it. I'm not going to. But I could if I wanted. I can sing. I don't know if you've seen. I'm not, no, we're not doing that today. No, you don't deserve my singing. I'm sorry. It was Janet dealing off X Factor. Oh, so you've ripped her version of it. I see. I quite like that. That's clever. Devlin. Janet Devlin. Yeah, I like that because I don't prefer it over Chris Martin, but I love the fact that it's a female singing it. And I also feel like it doesn't cheapen it, so because now it's more like its own thing. I didn't know that. I don't watch any television. I've not watched television for like 13, 14 years. I don't ever watch things like X Factor and stuff. I'm in a bubble here. It's just YouTube videos of synthesis, or sometimes it's Graham Hancock documentaries or whatever. I don't watch any TV, so it's nice that I didn't know where that was from, and I like the fact that you use that over a Chris Martin predictable vocal, or predictable a cappella, because it made it its own. I really, really liked it. Are you into UFOs? Oh, don't do this to me now, Sean. Don't. No. We're here to do the demo drop. We could do a UFO show if you want. Unidentified flying objects is a bit too abstract to me. All I'll say is I've seen things. I've done a lot of ayahuasca, done a lot of DMT, and I definitely believe in non-physical entities. I don't think it's as simple as calling it I don't believe in ghosts, and I don't believe in, well, I know that there are unidentified flying objects, but I don't take any notice of it. But what I do take notice of is non-physical entities as such, and things, because, and I won't get too, I'm going to set a timer. We'll talk about this for 2 minutes. Like in music, we've got a certain frequency range that we can hear. So we can only hear from 20 hertz if you're lucky, maybe 20 hertz, 40 hertz, up into 20 kilohertz, so 20,000 hertz. Dogs can hear higher than us, because they can hear dog whistles and stuff. Whales can communicate lower than us, like with sonar. We know that I've got Wi-Fi connected to my phone. I know that Bluetooth is a thing. I know that X-rays are a thing. I can't see X-rays. I can't see Bluetooth. I can't see Wi-Fi, but I can observe the effect they have. Similarly, you've got 5 fucking senses, right? That's all you've got. That's all you've got. You've got touch, taste, see, hear, and feel. You've got 5 ways that you can perceive energy through your body. Everything is just a vibration at the end of the day. Everything. So there's only a very small, narrow band of shit you can hear. There's only a small, narrow band of shit you can see. There's only a small, narrow band of everything that you can have as a sensation as a human being. So to think that there isn't other entities on different wavelengths, let's say, like tuning into a certain frequency on a radio or whatever. If you could, as a human being, tap into all of those frequencies, you would go mental, or you would probably die, because it would just be far too much data that you're taking in. So there's an absolute reason why you only have 5 senses, and they're very, very limited to the grand scope of what is available out there and what is here right now. So yeah, to answer your question, I don't believe in UFOs because I think that isn't doing it justice, but I understand what you're on about when you say about that. There you go. And that was probably about 5 minutes. Good talk. Roxy, I love you. You must be interested to hear the news about the pillars under the pyramids. I know about it. I know all about it. There's a lot of weird stuff that's been said about it, so just be careful where you get your information from on that, because it might get a little bit sensationalized, but it looks really cool, doesn't it? Do you know what I want? I want Graham Hancock to go out there and go and have a look at shit. But yeah, just be careful where you source any information on that, because it's going to get warped. I'm on a waiting list to go to Peru for ayahuasca journey. Yay! Stay safe if you're going out to Peru. Make sure you go somewhere where people have been to before, and that you're with a good tribe. Yeah, make sure that you come back in one piece. So have a great time. I'm due another ayahuasca trip. Next up, we have got DJ Kambel. And this, I've not even listened to this yet because I love DJ Kambel's tracks, and I wanted to hear it for the first time with you guys. So this is DJ Kambel, Stomp to the Donk, first play.
Let me hit the DJ.
clap, 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 clap. DJ Kambel there, everybody. The king of the donk, the king of the drop. This track was like seeing a movie with my ears. Ha! I love that. I love that. Hello, some guy called Pete. Yeah, wow. I really appreciate little details in bounce music, specifically, not just specifically, but I appreciate finer details in all genres of music, but especially in a genre where it's quite formulaic, and they can all sound the same because it's an offbeat donk, and then you've got a bit of percussion, and then you've got a vocal, and then a breakdown, and then it all builds up, and then we all go home. So I appreciate it when more effort has been put into the finer details, dropping things out quickly, adding a quirky one shot, the rises, the builds, the switch ups. All of those things are really important, and they're not something that you'll do if you're just using a template and you're just trying to get from A to B as quickly as possible. You know, after I've heard maybe 2 or 3 similar tracks from the same person, and I'm like, yeah, okay, all right, yeah, but there's no significant differences, I will switch off. Like when I get sent promos, especially in trance at the moment, trance is terrible for this at the moment. Trance, uplifting trance, banging trance, a lot of it is very cookie cutter, and it's all been done with templates. People will buy templates, convince themselves that they're now really good at making this genre of music, take the template away from them, and it all goes to shit. But the problem with it is they just swap out the sounds for different sounds and then maybe change the key and then go, ta-da, I made another song. That's fine when you're starting out. But as you... Sean says it's because there are so many ghost producers. Maybe. Or maybe not so many ghost producers, but there's so many people using ghost producers. I'm not a fan of using ghost producers. I think that it's great to use engineers. If you're a producer, now someone I know made a very good post about this recently. Kenny Hayes, who is the king of bounce, he did a very good post on this, and I'm paraphrasing, but basically he was saying he thinks people have forgotten the terminology of producer, what producer is. So a producer isn't the person that's doing all of the engineering stuff. The producer is the creative ideas, and you need someone to come into a studio and give you creative direction. If you're an engineer, you might be extremely skilled and knowledgeable of all the technical aspects of music production. And we usually have like skill points on a computer game. Some people's skill points are all in creativity. And some people's skill points are all in mathematics, synthesis, understanding how to make their own plugins and things like that. But they might not be very good at having the actual initial, the creative, out-of-the-box thinking stuff. And that's maybe something that you can work on. In fact, I think it's safe to say you could improve that over time. But some people are just naturally gifted in one, or it's good. I think it's good if you're really, really good at one aspect of music production, because then you can have someone come in and do ideas and bounce off each other in that way. And both people, the producer and the engineer, will have this great symbiotic relationship, whereas ghost production is just, I've made a song and now this person's bought it from the internet so that they can then pretend that they made it. So that's just my personal opinion. At the end of the day, do what you want. If you were one of my friends and you decided you wanted to get stuff made for you and pretend that you made it yourself, I would still be your friend. And I would probably, stay out of it. I wouldn't have a problem with it. I would probably say, I think that you could try at least, and because the thing is, when you start lying about music production and your involvement in it, it can be really awkward when you get caught out, and eventually that will happen. Book your ideas, says Richie. But yeah, that's just my opinion on it. It's just my opinion. As long as you're putting some creative input into it, that's all that I care about. I noticed a lot with the Makina stuff, people will pay a producer for what they call a custom and put their name and the producer name on, but they never made the tune. Hang on, let me just get my head around this. Digital Industries says, Digital Industries, Danny is a very, very, very amazing producer. And we've got one of his tunes on in a bit, actually. I'll put it on next. Notice a lot of the Makina stuff people will... So in the Makina scene, you're saying people will pay a producer for what they call a custom. And they put their name and the producer name on. Okay, so the producer, the guy who's made it, the person that's made it, has their name on it. And then this other person who hasn't had any involvement puts their name on it as well. And does the producer get paid for this? I mean, ultimately, it just depends on what you want to get from it all. It's normal. Is it? Control 4 says, I've done it. What do you mean you've done it? So you've had someone come in the studio to promote each other. Okay. One producer has made the track, but the other producer's name is attached to it. Did they put any creative ideas into it? Or did they pay you? No? Okay, so what you're saying is you're willing to put all of the effort in and make a whole song, and then someone go, hey, stick my name on that tune, will ya? So, stick my name on there. Go on. Oh, go on, just do it. Oh, thank you. What? Am I missing something? There are reasons. Oh, okay. Does he know something? Does he have like photos of you in compromising positions? If one producer is in France, yeah, and another is in Canada, they might collab like that. Yeah. So does he put some creative So did they have a Zoom call and make the track like that? Did they send ideas across to each other? Did they do something? Oh, to bring the scene together. Oh, okay. So the other guy is bringing something else to the table then. Yeah, like a 10% and 90% thing. Yeah, completely understand that. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I understand. The worst one, says Digital Industries, was that guy I told you about. Said to someone, let's collab. Got a project, stripped it down, built a template, used it and sold their own customs without learning why stuff works. Yeah, that happens a lot. Basically heard a well-known DJ who asked another producer to make a track, then that DJ then put their name to the track, but they didn't have any creative input into it. Yeah, that happens a lot. We're not going to discuss whether it was Tiesto or not, all right? Let's just shh. We aren't going there, okay? Maybe it's not that easy. Maybe I do have a juvenile rose-tinted glasses view of things. But like I said, that's just my opinion. My opinion is if you've made a track or you've been involved in it, then yeah, your name should be on there 100%. My only issue that I have is I think that it is hurting you if you pretend to make a song and you haven't actually made it. Not because of competition or going, oh, that's not fair because they're getting loads of attention and I'm not, and I'm, doing all the stuff myself. It's not that. That's not the reason why I have a strong opinion on this. I couldn't care less what people do. You can do whatever you want because it's your life, and everyone is entitled to do what they want in this industry. However, from a caring point of view, I think that when you get 20 years down the line and you've spent a whole lifetime in this career and this being your musical journey, you don't want to look back on it and feel like I don't deserve this because I didn't actually make the tracks. Maybe in the same way as like, if you cheated on your partner and you never told them about it, but you knew, and 20 years has gone past and you still know that what you did and you never talked about it. That's where I'm coming from on this. I think that it's so important to be honest with yourself. And if you're okay with doing that and lying to people and saying, yeah, I've made this track, because then you have to protect the lie. You have to protect the lie. And that lie then breeds other lies. And that can then make someone, if someone's got a large ego, they'll get very protective over that lie and they can become very dangerous people. There's a whole other thing of people could be in actual physical danger if they knew stuff about someone and they didn't want that to get out. So yeah, that's why I think it's better to be honest, because it's just so much. It's like taking your shoes off after a long day. Like, it's nice to have peace of mind. So what do you think about people remixing your tracks and not getting a mention on that track? What do you mean? What do I think of people remixing my tracks and not getting a mention on the track? That's not my problem. If they want to remix my music, I don't owe them anything. Like I've given away parts of my to one of my tracks before, and like they might send it me and I might go, oh, that's really cool, that's a really cool remix, I like that, but I'm not gonna, what can I do? There's literally hundreds of remixes of not Amber's theme, Rush on Me. Some of them are shit, but some of them are really good. But I'm not going to like claim the ones that are good or bad. They're just ones that people have made. So, but yeah, that's on them. If they want to make a remix of it, it's nothing to do with me. But I'm doing them a favour, kind of, in a way. Not like you need to say thank you or anything, but I give people the parts to my music sometimes so that they can explore with it. I don't expect anything back from it. And they certainly shouldn't expect anything from me. But, sometimes I'll maybe even sign it to one of my labels if I'm putting a track out or whatever on one of my labels. Happy Place Traveller says, so I have a question about using AI as a tool, very specifically as a tool. So you still use your DAW and you still use your audio tools. You start from things you made conventionally and use AI to make some enhancements. And you fully admit it's AI. Do you still have issues with using AI as one of your tools? No, I don't. No, I think we need to discuss what you think, what we're talking about when we say AI. Are you saying AI as in the AI is doing all of this stuff? Is AI just providing you with a new vocal? Is it providing you with lyrics? That's fine. And is that, or do you also, are you also not assuming, does AI mean to you like algorithmic plugins, for example? Because sometimes people say that algorithmic plugins are AI. When I think it kind of might be AI-ish, but it's algorithmic, so it's slightly different. You still need to kind of like know how to use it in order for it to do stuff. A good example would be Soothe, Smart EQ, that kind of thing. Fab Filter stuff is maybe a little bit AI, or you could call it AI, but it's more algorithmic. So it depends. It depends what we mean by artificial intelligence, AI. So it's a very, like when I hear someone's made a track with AI, I think they have gone on to Suno.ai and just like put prompts in. So although the arty side of me understands that, and I think that's great, because I think at the end of the day, and with my mental health hat on, I think that it's just good that you are being creative. But there you go. So Happy Place Travis said, I wrote a song years ago for my partner and I wrote lyrics, but I never had an artist to sing it. So I gave it to Suno, and after 30 retries or so, it did a beautiful job of singing, just the way I'd always hoped someone would. It was amazing. That's brilliant. And that's what that should be for. It's a personal thing for you. And I think that's lovely. And on that level of expression, I think that that's wonderful. So yeah, good talk. Next up, we have got Digital Industries. And this is a track called Get Naughty. Yeah, I remember that one, Danny, that Groove On track. But yeah, if you're using a little bit of AI, that's fine. Again, this is just my opinion on it in April of 2025. My opinion on things change a lot. My opinions are very fluid. I'm not stuck in my ways. But as of right now, I prefer not to have people put prompts into an AI engine and it chuck out a song and say, look, I made this. Only like in terms of it being like either for this show or a track that I would DJ. If you've just made it and it was something like what Happy Place Travelers said there, and it meant something very personal, then I'm like, oh, that's so cool. And I'll be so happy for you that you have that ability. But I don't put it in the same bracket as music production. That's a good way of putting it. Yeah. So it's not music production to me, but it's definitely making a tune. So there we go. What's that? Adam Chick, what's that? What is that? What is this? A Magic Eye picture? What is it? Is it rude? Can't work out what it is. What is it? Oh, is that? It's weird because the more I look at it, the weirder it looks. Yeah, I should delete it. Oh, it's your first time to... Oh, I know. I'm silly boy. Silly boy. That's an instant ban. Ha! I bet that's a 12-year-old. Oh, so sweet, aren't they? With their AC... Is it AC? Akasi? Little text thingies. ASCII, yeah. That's the one. Aw, I thought... See, look. I think that's quite creative, but He's probably just copied and pasted that from somewhere else. If I knew that he'd sat there and typed all that out himself, I wouldn't have banned him. I would have probably given him a VIP status. There we go. American Standard Code for Information Interchange. We should have asked him. No, I'm pretty sure he's copied and pasted that. Definitely. There was no run up to it. It was first time message. It was just bam, straight in there, no lube. No thanks. Okay, here we go. Maybe it was Braille, yeah. Okay, so we've got Digital Industries, and this is Get Naughty.
Around in my tight dress, fooling myself, got them all looking there now. Just look at me, I don't mean to be like that. Everywhere I go, collateral effects. All the boys say I'm a little salty, but they kinda like it when I get a little ballsy. Gotta level up, gotta get naughty. Better let it leave when the legs get palsy. Yeah, dancing around in my tight dress, fooling myself, got them all looking there now. Just look at me, I don't mean to be like that. Everywhere I go, collateral effects. All the boys say I'm a little salty, but they kinda like it when I get a little ballsy. Gotta level up, gotta get naughty. Better let it leave when the legs get palsy. Yeah.
Wow. I really like that. I really, really like that. So Danny is someone who does use a bit of AI in the vocals, don't you, Danny? So Danny sometimes mentioned about, was it synth? Oh, what was that one for ages and ages ago? It was like a synth vocal one. I can't remember the name of it now. You'll remember probably. But yeah, he's been getting some really good results with lyrics and then getting AI to sing. But the rest of it's all his own work. That was it. Synthesizer V. Yeah. Yeah, synthesizer V. And there's quite a few really good ones out there now. But yeah, I think a lot of the time, the way that people are using this is if you've got a well-known a cappella, but you don't want to get it done for copyright, and you maybe just pay publishing, you get the AI to re-sing the vocal, the a cappella. I know quite a few people have been using it that way. I've used it that way on a track I did for Big Speaker Music. I did a remix for Joe Ventura called "I Am a Twitch Streamer," and in his version, he's got an AI Morgan Freeman saying the words. So I loaded in the words into, I can't remember which one it was now, and then I changed it to be a female vocal. But that's like one of the best ways that I think of using the technology. I don't think it's very good for individual things like kicks, percussion, melodies, melody like progressions, yeah, like song progressions, counter melodies, top lines, great for ideas, but I don't think it's very good for the actual sounds and my thing's gone off again. I wonder if it's overheating. I don't think it's very good for the actual sounds themselves. Hopefully it will switch back on again in a second. I'll have to look into why it's doing that. I think it's on like a timer, which is weird because it doesn't do this to me when I'm doing my live streams, when I'm doing my DJ things, only cams. How would you feel if someone tried using an AI, using your voice and used that to sing lyrics without giving credit to you? Ooh, good thought experiment. I don't know how I'd react to that. I don't even think anyone would know it was my voice to begin with, so it would be fine. It could just be my voice, but it's not like I'm known for my singing voice, unfortunately, but it's true. So I don't think it would be a worry to me. I'd just be a little bit, unless it was a friend of mine and they were like, "Oh, guess what I've done?" I'd be a little bit like, well, that's a bit of a weird thing to do. Why wouldn't you want your song to sound like Lady Gaga or whatever? So I wouldn't have a problem with someone doing that. That's fine. Do you know what I'd have a problem with is someone deep faking my voice and using it to make me say things that I didn't say. I think that's probably the issue that I would have with it. But yeah, we're in a really weird time at the moment when it comes to the use of AI, deep fakes, and where this is leading to. So I think I've opted out of a lot of the AI stuff on like Meta and stuff. Yeah, Danny, this is it. It can be dangerous. Someone could deep fake a leader and declare war on a country. I think a lot of people are really aware of that now being a thing. So the problem is it makes people not believe anything anymore, doesn't it? I know I can be like that. I am so suspicious of everything. And it's okay. Hello, Bosky. It's okay when AI is where it's at right now. You remember the whole thing with the Will Smith video meme where he's eating the spaghetti and it just looks ridiculous. That's fine because you can detect that it's not real. But what if someone's got a vendetta against you and they pretend that you're one of the things that it could do, which I know this has been like a scam that people have done, is they've cloned someone's voice. I think someone's come downstairs. They've cloned like an older person's grandchild, like maybe they're like 18, 19, got their first car. They can clone their voice, pretend that they've been in a car crash or whatever and say, oh, you need to send me some money or you need to bail me out of prison or whatever it is. And obviously, because grandparents don't really understand tech that much, they're hearing their child's voice. their grandchild's voice. They will obviously do whatever they need to do in order to help what that they thought that situation was. But yeah, that's the kind of the dark side of it. But you know, we're more aiming for this to be a good tool for music production, but it's good to be aware of these things. I came across something the other day called AI voice cloning service, where you can put in audio and make an AI voice band. That's cool. Bosky says it's stupid. Why can't developers see how it's all going to go? Just stop now. It's not the problem of the technology. It's the people using it. So, you know, it's there's good people and there's bad people. I mean, even that's subjective, but it all depends. I personally agree with what you're saying, Bosky, because I think the world is fucked in a lot of ways. But I also know that humans have the ability to ascend the ego and ascend colonization and get through this period of uncertainty. And things are going to get very warped and very confusing. But I do believe that it will be, I think we have to go through this. It's kind of like a collective puberty, if you will. And we've done this to ourselves. Yeah, human ascension, definitely. I'm part of that. I've been part of that for 10 years now, probably a bit longer. And, you know, I'm sure a lot of other people are. But I also believe that everything that is happening is supposed to happen on a grander scale. It's not very fair right now in our lives, obviously, when things are going to shit. And it's also very easy for me to say that living in a very safe country when there's a lot of terrible things going on. So what do we do? What do we do when we feel powerless like that? We do what we can. We be a good motherfucker. We help people. We help our neighbours. We support each other. We help each other, and we create and we collab and we talk. We communicate effectively. So yeah, that's what we do. Ken's, oh no, we're not talking about this because we're going to move on now. But I just want to talk a bit more about Danny's song first. But Ken says, I would be happy to replace all the politicians with AI. I honestly believe it would do a better job. See, James, I do talk to you. I do talk to you. Don't say that. Please don't use guilt trips on me, because I'll fall for them. And then I'll say, no, I do talk to you. Don't say that. And then you'll go, no. And I'll go, yes, I do. I'm so sorry. What did I do wrong? And you go, well, if you don't know, I'm not going to tell you. Because that's how it goes, isn't it? There we are. I hope that's been enough interaction for you today. Now you won't want me to talk to you. Sorry. Oh. Yes, we do. We have a great mental health section on Discord, and it is awesome. And see, James knows I'm joking anyway. Okay. Digital Industries, Get Naughty. This is a great first track back. You've even put in your SoundCloud a new track with some slap guitar after a year out to work on my mental health. I'm so proud of you, mate. I know you've been having a lot of stress with your health as well. And I know how debilitating and how it saps the life out of you. I'm not getting neck ache. No, why would I be getting neck ache? Oh, because I always look like this, but usually the camera's up here. No, I don't get neck ache. Thanks for caring, though. Literally last year you thought you were going mad. Yeah. Maybe you are, but maybe that's okay. But yeah, I do remember you saying that you were going to look into the parasite cleansing stuff, which I think will. It looks. Do I look uncomfortable? Oh, maybe I shouldn't use this camera then. Does it really look uncomfortable? So I can sit like that's me looking at you, and now I'm looking at chat. So it's either there or there. I can move my eyes up and look. Is it uncomfortable for you? I'm so sorry. Fuck! No, my neck's fine. I wonder if I can pull the chair up. No, I can't. Hello, Sam. Like, that, how, like, I'm not doing that. That would be too much. Here is fine. You're making me really self-conscious now about the angles of my face. I am uncomfortable with you always looking so put together. Can you please come in ratty next time? Deal. Sorted. Of course. But yeah, Digital Industries, Take a Bow, mate. Awesome tune. Keep them coming. And please, guys, make sure you go and follow Danny. You can send me a neck brace if you want, but I don't need it. I don't need it. What I might do is move... I don't even know if I need to use this camera or not. This is my super duper camera. But if I have it like here, what I can do is I can get a brace that goes on the back of the TV where that can then like go on it. But I just set it up really as just like a bit of a tester to see if I liked it or not. Yeah, Bosky, make sure you get in the studio tonight. In fact, can you just go now? Go now because you'll have more energy for it. You can watch this on YouTube when you're sat on the loo or whatever. So, yeah, well done, Danny. Next up, we've got Sean Saffa, and this is Sunkissed Shores. wow, we were. Hello, Cosmic. I love this. It's not easy to do a trance tune in a major key. It reminded me a bit of Wizards of the Sonic. And it also sounded like it could be, you know, like the end song on an epic film. Really, really nice. Really nice. And I liked the percussion. I liked it because I could hear it over the other stuff. It was quite it sounded quite different in a good way. Yes, nice production, says C. James. I agree. Yeah, really, really lovely. And it's an original as well. I love the name of it too. Sunkissed Shores. So uplifting. Joyful. And you didn't feel the need to stick a vocal on there. And I think that was... Oh, God. It's bloody camera. I think that was a good choice. I don't think it needed to have a vocal in there because you're literally doing everything that you need. You've got everything that you need in the track already. So hello. I reckon there's a setting in my because I'm on my super duper Sony Alpha 3 at the moment. I think the issue is there's a 20-minute timer inside it. I just need to go into the internal settings and yeah, it's got like a standby thing, which is silly because it's got a dummy battery in it. So the dummy battery should override that. But I think it would just be a setting inside it. So, yeah, I really love this. You should be so proud of yourself, Sean. Really, really nice. Sean says, I wanted it to be danceable in a club, but also listenable on a beach at sunset. Well, you've done it. You've done it. Definitely. All of the above. Yeah, I think it's great. Well done. Next up, we've got Sam G. Sam G, and this is Love of Yesterday.
Again.
Jesus Christ. Wow. Sam G, I love this. I love this. I was just having a chat there, a chat in the chat with Sean about this vocal. So I've used this vocal, well, part of this vocal in a track before. Sean's used it before. I've heard a few people on this show using it as well. I think it's from a splice pack. In fact, I know it's from a splice pack. But the great thing about this version is there's like these verses that I've never heard before. So I wonder if, because it's probably a good thing for all of us to try doing moving forward, for when you find, like on Splice specifically or anywhere else that does Loop Cloud or whatever, if you find a vocal from a specific singer, search the full pack, because then it'll have all of the other different takes. But not only that, I was just saying to Sean in the chat, maybe we should start searching by singer and then finding all of the other packs that singer's done, because then you'll be able to mix and match different verses and choruses from different songs. So yeah. Hi Sam, oh, you here? We love it. I love this so much. Is it signed? Is it signed? Because if it's not, I would love to take this for Delicious. But before like you make a decision, I would love you to send this to my best friend Dave and see if he'd consider it for cheeky tracks. Because he's got a significantly bigger label than mine. And I'd like to see you do really well with this track. I really like it. So go to Dave first. I'm going to tell him that you're going to be in touch. And if he doesn't want it, I'll definitely have it off you. Yeah, I love it. Really, really nice. So good. Oh, just your melodies and the leads when they come in, and the plinky plonkies, the plucks, and how it evolves. It just sounded really nice. Really, really nice. So the ending, how long is it? It's 6 minutes 53. Your ending, because I can see here, like all the main stuff finishes around about 4 minutes 30 in, which is fine. Your ending's a bit long. Sounds so rude. Your ending is a bit long. Your ending is you got the bass. Your bass is running to the end, which is fine, but I just think you could probably whittle that down from 6, 7. Oh, it's 7 minutes long. You could probably whittle this down to 6 minutes, because your outro goes on for quite a while. You don't need it to be that long. 32 bars max. Yeah, I know that you'd probably picked up on that. Other than that, it's good to go. I love it. I think it's great. Well done. Sam, did you give me your thingy details? Your social media? I don't think I've got them. Hang on, I found you. SamG83. Just so I can put it on the YouTube and put it in the chat now. Just so people can get in touch with you if they want you to maybe make music for their label or whatever. Or do a remix. Follow Sam G on SoundCloud. There we go. Please make sure you go and follow Sam G. Super impressed with that. Oh, come on, camera. I wonder if it's overheating. It's been on all day. I had an online student earlier, so this camera's actually been on since 11 a.m. Yeah, it's probably overheating. Hello. Whoa! Why is it doing that? Stop it. Stay in focus. Cute. Nice one, Sam. Go in places, mate. Go in places. Good to see. And now we've got InaPhect, and this is Healing.
feel it show. Give me some time to grow. I wanna dream again.
Nice ending as well. Yeah, I really like that. Really different sounding. I like the blend of like the 4/4 dance music in with the break stuff. The vocal was really nice. Yeah. Jerry likes it. It might have been a little bit over processed, so Cosmic Butterfly was saying it might be a little bit distorted. I can see from the waveform that it's there is some shape to it, but it is quite limited. So there might be a little bit. And again, this is a father and son duo, for those of you who don't know about InaPhect. They've not been doing it for very long. So we've all been there where we've just pushed things a little bit too much. Especially when our ears are tired. We don't really hear it. And then also if we're putting, like, if we're doing our own mastering or limiting it afterwards, if you're in a bit of a rush, you might forget to go to the loudest points of the track, and then, you know, then there's the clipping. So it might be, but if it is, it wasn't too obvious to me. But if your ears are very finely tuned to that kind of thing, you'll probably pick up on that. I thought it was maybe more a bit of saturation on more than with saturation or distortion. I try and only ever use it on one layer of something, not on the whole thing, whatever sound that is. So I like to use it quite sparingly and possibly maybe a lot of the time parallel as well, unless I'm going for a very specific effect. But again, for a father and son duo who've not been doing this for very long, even my camera can't handle how good this tune is. It's like I'm just so shy because this song is just amazing, and I'm not doing my job very well because I'm supposed to be a camera, but I keep switching off. Maybe he's bored of me. Passive aggressive camera. Like, fuck you, bitch. Not you again. You and your fucking face. Oh, God. I wonder what it would sound like if you took a lead to a bus, create a duplication, heavily saturate it, and blend it in parallel to the original signal. Definitely. And then do sidechain compression so you got the clarity and thickness of the heavy saturated. Well, don't imagine. Don't wonder. Go and do it. Go and do it. That's another good thing about things like, I guess Ableton can do this as well in Max for Life, but you can definitely do this in FL Studio using Patcher, where you can definitely do things like that and hear what they sound like and make your own weird signal flows of stuff. But yeah, that's what this show's about. It's about, I wonder if that would work. And always go with those thoughts, even if they don't end up being right. You'll know, won't you, one way or the other. Always try stuff out. I like to try doing stuff in different orders on my effects chains, for example, that you wouldn't normally do, just to see what it sounds like. Yeah, and don't be afraid to try stuff out, because if you don't, then you'll never know. And if you do, and a lot of stuff works or doesn't work situationally as well. So there's lots of other variables as to why things might or might not sound good. So in some instances, saturation or distortion can sound really epic. And in other times, it can sound very ear fatiguing. And that's the great thing about music production, is that whole journey of sound design, synthesis, workflow, trying stuff out, A-Bing things, bouncing stuff down, changing the order of things. so many ways of doing the same thing differently. And that's kind of the difference for me in, you know, the use of AI to actually doing all of those things yourself. I think you end up missing out on so much by not exploring those things. However, I'm not an artist, right? I'm not a graphic designer. And I've used AI for my artwork because I know that I can't do painting, and I'm not very good at Photoshop. I find it quite frustrating, and I don't really want to be spending even more time away from music production than I need to doing something else. I love film editing. Midjourney's great, yeah. So it's weird because on the things that I'm not that familiar with or that clued up on, I don't have a problem using AI at all, because I'm like, oh look, picture of me is a cartoon, you know, and I would never have that otherwise. So yeah, I'm kind of flawed in my opinions on the whole AI thing as well, because I know that I am a hypocrite with it. But yeah, I think it's just the way that it is now. Maybe, you know, I will try to do more of my own stuff when it comes to artwork. And I've started to do simple things like go on DaFont and getting my own fonts installed, and learning about layers and learning about different like alpha channels and things like that. And I really do enjoy learning all that kind of stuff. And I've learned it through the years anyway, through live streaming, but in a slightly different context. But it's like it's a lot. It is a lot. But yeah. But thank you guys. That is our show today. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you, Malin, for popping in. I need to go and wash my hair now and go and sit in a dark room and laugh into the void. That's what I'm going to do with the rest of my day. What are you going to do, huh?